Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of MMA 24/7 Quick Hits. I'm your host, Johnny Brown, and today we have a great guest. You may know him as former UFC middleweight, but now he's jumping back up to heavyweight. Alex, the Spartan Nicholson. He has two fights coming up in the next couple months. But first of all, I'd like to welcome you to the show, and thanks for joining us today, Alex.
Yeah, how you guys doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. I appreciate you asking. But let's jump into it. You're a busy man, two big fights. Let's kind of focus on that first one. Demario Dennis, former Glory, veteran, tough guy, fighting you at heavyweight. It's going to go down, I believe, September 16th, Next Level Fight Club, number 8. How do you feel about Dennis as an opponent and his skill set, what he brings to the cage?
I'm just glad that I have an opponent to continue my heavyweight tear, man. I'm undefeated at heavyweight. I feel the best at heavyweight. He's been around. He's definitely a mixed martial artist. He's been around the sport. He's tried his hair in kickboxing. I'm sure he's going to be pretty well-rounded, but I just don't think he's the athlete I am. I mean, yeah, he's a Glory veteran, but he's 0-2. You know, he got knocked out pretty nasty twice against the higher-level guys. I think I'm a higher-level kickboxer, you know. I haven't gone out there and done it yet, but I know I could do Glory. I know I'm at those guys' levels, and he showed that he wasn't. So, there's only one way to really get down to it, and that's going to be September 16th when I show what I'm talking about.
You know, obviously, like we mentioned, he has a kickboxing background. I know you have some kickboxing fights as well. Do you see this fight being a stand-up war, or where do you see this fight taking place?
I mean, I already know his game plan. He's going to try to knock me out, thinking that he's just bigger and stronger. That's what all of them guys have tried to do. And if he gets in trouble, if I catch him, I know he'll try to shoot and think the same thing about him being bigger. He thinks he could lay on me. But if you look at the people I've lost to, they're the best in the world. I just don't think that he's one of those opponents. And, we both do the same thing. It just happens that we have to cross paths, and I've got to continue mine.
Now let's jump ahead to the second fight, Island Fights 42, October 14th. You're taking on a tough veteran of the Florida MMA scene, Sammy Collingwood. What do you think he brings to the cage and his skill set overall?
Nothing disrespectful to him, but he just goes in there and swinging and hopes for the best. I don't think that he really brings... he had one nasty fight where he got that little reverse triangle. So he showed a little bit of diversity there, but, he's lost people I've beaten. And same with Demario Dennis. They both have lost the guys that I've knocked out in the first round. So every fight's a little bit different, but I don't think that Sammy will be able to deal with my diversity. I come from different angles, and you come straight at me, I'm going to step to the side and get you to run into my powers. So we'll see. Maybe he's working on some things. I'm sure both of them are trying to evolve, as we all are in the sport, but I just think that I'm at a different level. So I'm just excited to get back in there.
Where are you doing your training camps for these upcoming bouts?
Just the same place it's always been, American Top Team, Orlando, training with all those guys out there and Fusion XL. Just the same people I've come up with. Just getting in the constant work, man. Got Julian Williams, Mike Berry. We've been doing this together for a long time, so you don't change anything that's been working. So we always put in our work together.
Now, for those who may not be familiar with the early part of your career, we're kind of shocked to hear you jumping up to heavyweight, but you've had a lot of success there, including that beautiful first-round knockout over Chase Sherman. What's the main reason behind going back to heavyweight?
Because I just felt the best at heavyweight. A lot of people see me when I'm eating whatever I want and training. I like to lift weights. It's just an easier lifestyle for me. I mean, cutting 185 pounds, I usually am 220, so it's a lot of weight to cut. Mike Tyson was the heavyweight champion in the world, about 212 pounds, so he was banging with dudes 265, so I don't see why if I have the same power of a bigger person, why I should starve myself down and not feel as strong to compete. The UFC wanted me at 85 after the Serkinov fight, and then I beat Devin Clark, who's now 2-0 in the UFC at 205. So, and Chase is obviously doing pretty well at heavyweight as well. So I've showed that I can fight bigger guys time and time again. So, I just feel stronger. I talked to my dad about it. I talked to some of my other coaches. Just decided why not. I'm almost, 27 right now. I'm just getting that old man strength now. So why limit it? Just let it keep going.
Now, looking back at your UFC run, you had some tough fights. You had that big win over Devin Clark, but unfortunately, you had a couple losses on the back end of that streak. What are some things you can take away from being in the UFC? I know you hear a lot of fighters say they learn stuff. What maybe is the biggest thing you've learned from your UFC run?
I mean, it was great to do it, and but it's no different than the amateur days. Got a guy across from me trying to hurt me. It's only the way I look at it. And during my UFC run, I fought Serkinov with a jaw that was still broken pretty much. I fought Devin Clark with a pulled hamstring. I mean, I was black and blue from my ankle to the top of my thigh. Not a lot of people knew that either. And I fought Sam Alvey with a broken hand. A lot of guys take a lot of time off, but I always take the fights as they come. I mean, I fought Sam with one hand, and I did pretty well. A lot of people said they would have given that fight to me, but if I don't get the knockout or the submission, I don't think I did my job. You got to finish. And Jack Hermanson, I was actually the best I ever felt, but the weight cut just kind of drained me, and he, I actually wasn't even out or hurt at all. He just had me in a bad position, landed some good shots, but had no excuses for that one. But so I look at my fights in the UFC, and I had a lot of injuries, man, and now I'm healthy, I'm healed, and they told me if I take these two guys out, that they'll give me a shot at the UFC at heavyweight. And I win these two, then I'm 5-0 at heavyweight. I'll be 9-4, 8 knockouts, 1 submission, and I've only been stopped twice technically, the broken jaw and then Hermanson. But I don't think you can call that a knockout. I mean, he just had me in a bad position, landed some good shots, and the ref called it. But I've learned from all of those experiences, pushing through, fighting with injuries, and all of that stuff, man. I just think that I'm the smartest, strongest version of myself ever, and I don't see these guys being able to stop me.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that gets overlooked a lot of times is how guys may be injured going into fights, and sometimes, the fans never even know it.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I'm not making excuses, so I don't want people to take it as that, but you see a fighter in there, and you're wondering, oh, man, he doesn't look like himself. You don't know if he's fighting with, a broken hand, a broken foot. A lot of us are too tough for our own good. We want to fight. We got to get paid. So, and not to mention, they fix it for us. So, if we get hurt training, what are we going to do? I mean, it's most of us, whether they like to admit it or not, are going to go in there and fight.
Now, you have these two fights lined up, roughly a month between the two. Do you plan to stay this active going forward into the fall? And I'm assuming you want to jump into the UFC after these two fights.
My goal is September in Raleigh, knockout. October in Pensacola, knockout. November on the Australia card, trying to get on that one at my heavyweight debut. So I'd like to do 3 fights, 3 months, and then take a little bit of time off, maybe a month or 2 off, then start my heavyweight in UFC career.
Let's step away from the cage a bit. What does Alex Spartan Nicholson like to do when he's not training or in the cage?
Just had the baby boy, man. Spending all my time with my new son and Hannah. We like to hang out at the Wakaiva Marina by our house and hang out, get some sun, relax. But we've mostly just been enjoying our son. He's new to this world, and we're just taking him around, showing him things, getting him accustomed to the world, man.
Well, I appreciate you joining us today, Alex, and I'm going to let you have the floor on this last part of the interview. Anyone you want to shout out, any training partners, any sponsors, the floor is yours, my man.
Yeah, my beautiful fiance Hannah, she's always there. Paul Rodriguez at American Top Team Orlando, Pete White, Julian Williams at Fusion, Cooter Browns in the Popcrest, Cool Bar. They always help me out with sponsors. Fit Meals, Good Nutrition Plan. Dimitri on Facebook, Fit Meals, get you right. But in the Popka, the hometown, right from where I came from, baby, always. And thank you, MMA 24/7, man. You guys always looked out for my career.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Alex. There he is fighting September 16th, October 14th. 2 big fights he's got coming up at heavyweight. Alex Spartan Nicholson.
Hopefully 3 times.
Yeah, he's looking to fight 3 times this fall. Hopefully he gets that November big heavyweight fight in the UFC. Thanks again, Alex.
Hey, God bless you, man.
Thank you all for listening to this edition of the MMA 24/7 Quick Hits. Please give our Facebook page a like if you don't already, MMA 24/7. Also, check out Alex Nicholson. We'll have his information in the description of the video. And we appreciate you all for listening. Have a great day.